Here's a crazy question I want to ask you. What if you could never record any other ad again in your company but still have endless supply of video ads? It sounds impossible, right? But today in this video, I'm going to show you how you can make 1,000 video ads. Not one, not two, not 10, 100, 1,000 video ads using things that you already have. But the problem is they're hidden inside your business. The best part is that you as a founder is not involved. Number two, they're really cheap to make. And number three, they work like charm. Because people talk about ad saturation, but nobody talks about face saturation. Like my face would also get saturated, right? Like after a time when I'm running too many ads, people are bored of seeing my face, and that's why they need more faces or different types of ad to get more customers. The best part is that this whole thing is a machine. That means once you build it, you can use it again and again and again for yourself and your clients and print thousands and thousands of ads whenever you want. Just to give you an idea, we were testing around 200 to 250 ads every single month in our campaigns and checking out which was working and scaling that up. Due to which I was even able to get to a 4 lakh per day ad spend profitably. So stick till the end of the video, watch very carefully and take notes rigorously, because once you understand this machine, you would have a business that is beyond you. That means even if you as a founder is not available to record ads, your business would still growing because you can test new and new ads with this setup. Now, to start off with, the first thing that you need to understand about ads is that you have something called as a hook, you have something called as a body, and then you have something called as a CTA. Now, this is a very standard approach of making ads, right? So every ad has a hook, every ad has a body, every ad has a CTA. A hook is something that is 5 to 10 seconds that you do in the start. The body is the main part where you talk about the product, your credibility about yourself and everything. And the last part is CTA, the call to action. This call to action part is again 30 seconds long, and body depends. You can have a 1 minute body, you can have a 2 minute body, you can have a 10-second body, it depends. You can have multiple types of body. Now here's what you need to understand. There's a new update in Meta called Andromeda update. Now this is where everything changes, and that's why you need to watch this video, because you might be thinking, oh Himanshu, I know you will tell that just record 10 more hooks, 20 more hooks and have the same body. Well, that's the old strategy, because after the Andromeda update, if you read about it, you will understand that you don't need to have just different hooks, but Facebook and Meta is asking that you need to have different supplies of unique ads. By unique ads, they mean the whole ad should be different. That means the hook, the body, the CTA, the whole ad should be unique and go to different type of customer personas. And that's when you would have a cheaper cost on Facebook. Now you can go on Google, just type Andromeda update and you will learn more about it. But the idea is that uniqueness is the new thing that Meta is looking for. And if your ads are not unique, that means you're using the same ads again and again and just changing some tweaks and doing some things here and there, it would just not work. So now here's how you solve this particular problem. See, you need multiple variations of hooks, and obviously the number of hooks you will generate is the highest. The second thing that you need is more bodies and more CTA. Now this is how you do it. So the first thing is body and CTA. Now this is not something that will teach you more, because you can record it yourself. You know how to record it. You know how to shoot a body, how to shoot a CTA. If you don't have a template for this, like how should your body be and how should your CTA be, what I'm doing is I'm showing the QR code over here for the next 5 seconds. Now you can scan that QR code, take a screenshot and just get the file, the access to how to write a body and how to write a CTA, and you would have a body and CTA written for you. Now that template, what you need to do is use again and again and write 10 different bodies and have 10 different CTAs, right? So here's how the maths look like. You have body, and you record 10 variations of body, right? So in some variations, you're talking more about your credibility. In some body, you're talking about the product. In some body, you're talking about your company. In some body, you're talking about a customer, whatever. You have 10 different variations of the same body, right? The second part is CTA. Now you'll again have 10 variations of that as well, right? So in some CTAs, you'll talk about clicking on the button. In some CTAs, you'll talk about registering. In some CTA, you'll talk about signing up. In some CTA, you'll talk about attend the masterclass, whatever. You'll have different CTAs and different bodies. Now each of the bodies that you have, one thing that would be is script, right? So you'll have 10 scripts. Now all of these 10 scripts need to be unique. That means you need to have a different location, and secondly, you need to have a different clothes, right? So your clothes would change and your location would change due to which you'll have unique body sets for video and audio both, because the script you are speaking is unique and the place you have the clothes you're wearing is unique. So that becomes a unique ad. You'll have 10 variations of that. And lastly, you'll have 10 variations of call to action. Again, same. You'll have script that are different, and then you'll have locations that are different. Now, once you're done with body and CTA, now comes the hook part. That means you need more and more hooks in order to create more and more ads. Now, understand this part. You have 10 bodies and you have 10 CTAs. That means if you combine these two things all together, mix and match, you'll have 10 into 10, that is 100 different combinations, right? Why? Because you can have body 1 with CTA A, then you can have body 2 with CTA A, then body 3 with CTA A. So ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, like till 10, and this till A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J tak, so J and 10, you keep on combining them, you'll have 100 different variations. Now, once you have got these 100 variations, you need different hooks in front of them, right? You need multiple hooks in front of them so that you can create multiple variations of ads. Technically, if you can just create 10 hooks and put them in front of them, you'll have 100 ad videos, but we'll not do that. We'll have more hooks and less in body of CTA. That means if I can have 100 hooks in front of this and then combine them with the right body and the right CTA, I can have 10,000 ads produced within a short period of time, because all I'm doing is I'm just trimming and putting them together, right? So you can edit your body, you can edit the CTA videos. Now, once you have those videos ready, 10 videos here, 10 videos here, what you can do is just have a very basic video editing tool in which you can put the body CTA 1, then CTA 2, then CTA 3, then CTA 4, and render all those files. You'll have 10. Then body 2, CTA 1, CTA 2, CTA 3, then you'll have 10 more. And with this, you can create 100 variations of body and CTA, so that in your life, you never need to record body and CTA ever. So that's the first problem we have solved. Now, the next problem we have is hook. Now, to have the hook ready, there are multiple styles you can use, right? In this video, I'm going to give you 7 ways, right? 7 different styles through which you can record different types of hooks. So let's get into them one by one. The number one very basic that you can use today is called as testimonial ads. That means you have a lot of customers, you have a lot of clients. What you need to do is you need to get to your customers and clients and ask them for testimonials. In return for testimonial, you'll give something of a bribe. Either you can give a discount code, either you can give something for free, an ebook, masterclass, whatever you want to give, but you give something away for free in order to get testimonials. Now, I have 3,800 video testimonials. Imagine what can I do? I can make a body which is, so this was our client who was able to do XYZ. If you want to, click the link below, blah, blah, blah. This is my body and CTA. And I can just have 3,800 video testimonials in front of that, and each ad is a unique ad. The idea is the more testimonials you have, the more proof you have. Always understand that your customers will always sell more than you. And the reason is the customer is the hero of the business, not you. You are the facilitator of heroism. But the real hero of the business is customer, because they were someone who was not famous, not rich, not lost weight, not relationshiply good, whatever, right? They were in a problem. Now they did some action and now became successful, rich, thin, happy, whatever the case is, and they are the real hero. You need to project your heroes, and testimonial ad works like crazy because you are showing life proof of what works. So you would simply ask your customers to give you testimonials, and all those are simply nothing but ads. So you put the ad, you put the testimonial video, you edit it nicely, and after that you put your body plus CTA, and boom, your first ad is ready. So the more number of testimonial video you can generate, the better it is. So in this case, we'll just say that you got 10 testimonials and not more than that, because we'll do a calculation at the end, how many hooks we generated, how many total ads we generated. So let's say 10. 10 is the number of testimonials you are able to get. I feel that anybody who's running a decent rate of business can get 10 testimonials very easily. Number 2 is called as viral social posts. Now here's what I want you to do. I want you to go in the internet, find your competitors, see your account as well, and simply see what were different viral social media posts that your competition and you were able to create. A viral is something that is expected to perform than the normal one. If a page has normally 50k views, but one reel has about 400k views, that means that reel has a viral hook. The chances of that viral hook working on ad is also higher. That's why what you need to do is you need to simply go and find all the competitors' posts if you don't have yours, or simply go to your post and see the most viral ones. Once you have the most viral ones, all of those are nothing but great hooks to use. So let's say you went on the internet and you find all the social media posts differently, and all you got was 10 different posts, right? 10 different posts from your competition and you that you saw are viral in nature, and the thing that was said in the first 5-10 seconds of that video was something that is relatable to your business or product. Now once you have done that part, you come to position number 3. Position number 3 is called as your support calls. Now, every business has some kind of support calls, right? These are the calls where you are either giving some weekly call, or you are taking an event, or you are doing some kind of group teaching, right? Where you are actually solving a problem of a lot of customers on a group call, right? And agencies also have this. You can have one-on-one calls, I don't care. But you have some kind of calls, there are video calls going on. What I want you to do is scrape out those support calls, go through all the support calls and simply see what are the different problems that customers are facing. And let's say the support call goes like someone unmutes them and simply asks, hey, I have this question which is X, Y, and Z, and then you answer that particular question. That's it. Just take a clip of that, and once you have taken a clip of that of 5 to 10 seconds, that becomes a hook for you. Now, don't think it will work or not. Just scrape out hooks as many as possible, and once you have those hooks, you would see how mind-blowing this architecture becomes in the long term. So let's say after doing all the parts, all the support calls and everything, you got 10 different clips that you can use. Don't think about the quality too much. Don't think about anything right now, because all we are trying to crack is messaging. We are not trying to create the best ads. We are trying to find the best messaging. You don't know what works. You don't know the support calls work, the testimonial ad works, the spiral social ad works for your account, for your product. That's why what we're trying to crack is messaging. What pattern can you see that is working every single time, due to which we can repeat that pattern and keep on continuing those patterns. Example, for me, testimonial ads were working the best, where we are taking a camera, going to a customer and be like, hey, Jitu, do you think this would work? Or hey, Raj, do you think this is great? And we are doing that continuously. That's number one. Number 2 was something I'll teach you now, which is podcast ads, in which I'm sitting on a podcast saying something, we take that as a clip and then run ad after that. That was working for me. So there were 3-4 variations that were working for me. For you, you need to find your 3-4 variations as well and just keep on doing those and not see what anyone else is doing. Which brings me to number 4, which is something called as a fake podcast, right? What is a fake podcast? Well, what you will do is you will have some team member, someone else sitting on the other side of the podcast, and you will have a proper podcast setup in a professional manner, and you will have a mic, like a podcast mic, and it would act like you're doing a podcast. What you need to do is ask your team member that simply ask me questions that my customers face. What are their hot button problems? Like if you talk about those problems, your customers want to hear about those problems, right? And what your team member will do, in 2 seconds, ask the question, hey Himanshu, what do you think? Webinars work or not? Hey Himanshu, what is AI funnel? Himanshu, does AI funnel really work? Himanshu, can someone really build a funnel with AI? Himanshu, do you think people do free workshops or paid workshops? Just simple questions like this. And what happens is, when someone is asking me questions like this, I am just answering them in my impromptu manner. Do not prepare a script. Just give random impromptu answers that you feel are genuinely correct, right? It should feel authentic. Once that is done, I feel you'll have 10 different snippets, right? You'll have one full podcast of 1 hour, let's say, and you got 10 different snippets from that. That is again 10 hooks that you have generated. Point number 5, the thumbnail scraping. This is nothing but what you need to do is simply go on YouTube, find your competition channel or your channel, and simply go over there and find their top 5 videos. Once you find their top 5 videos, one of the reasons why that video worked was because the thumbnail and title was correct. Now what you need to do is simply take screenshot of those and get ready with them. Because what you're trying to do is simply say whatever was in the title as a hook. And normally just record those videos either in a selfie format or a normal format, whatever you want to do, and you just record those videos, right? So for example, one of the titles I use is, these 3 books changed my coaching business forever. Let's say this video is working out really great. Example. Now I saw that on my competition profile, this is working, so cool. Now I'll take that and I'll simply make a selfie video which is like, you know what, these 3 books, this changed forever how I do my coaching business. Number 1, number 2, number 3. If you want more crazy hacks, I'm doing a masterclass and the body and the CTA starts, right? So this is thumbnail scrapping. You'll simply find what titles, what questions are working in the industry and people are giving views to it. Because people are giving views to it, that means people are interested in it. That means your ads would perform better because people would stop, watch your ad, and if your body and CTA is good, they'll click on the ad. So let's say you were able to get 10 hooks like this as well. Point number 6, team on whiteboard. And here's where the magic comes, right? Now this is all the work that you're doing one time, right? So over here, you're not included. Over here, you're not needed. Over here, you're not needed. Over here, you are needed. Over here, you're not needed. Over here, you're not needed. Only this is where you're needed. So you can do 3-4 podcasts at once to create 30, 40, 50 hooks. I used to do a full day shoot where I used to have multiple posts, multiple locations, and do like 10 podcasts in a series just to have all those hooks ready, like 100, 200 hooks ready just on podcast format. Now, team on whiteboard is nothing, but your team would have a whiteboard. Any of your team member who can speak well would be on the camera and simply recording hooks. of whatever question the customer is asking. What I want you to do is two things. Go to your sales team and simply ask what are the most repeated questions. Go to your support calls and see what are the most repeated questions. Make a list of those and simply go on whiteboard and solve them. Example, one of the support questions you have that comes again and again is, would there be an upsell in this workshop? Example, this is a question that you get a lot, right, on your emails. Now what you do is you will have a whiteboard and simply the question is written on the whiteboard and your team member will answer it, right? And they'll simply say, hi, I am Ayush from Internet Coaching Empire and I saw a lot of people were asking this question which is XYZ. Let me answer that for you. And they answer the question and the body and CT of you only come which we already recorded. It doesn't matter if the face of hook is someone else and the body is someone else. It doesn't matter, the ad still performs, right? So after doing all that activity, let's say you were able to get 10 more hooks like this. And then the last category comes which is called as UGCPOV. That means user generated content point of view. Now this is a UGC ad that your team can record, not you, but with different kinds of people in the industry. If you do events, if you are into networking events or if you're doing anything, what I want you to do is always have a mic and a camera with you or a phone with you. So let's say you are with your customers, you are with your clients, you went to meet them, whatever the case is, you'll simply record a UGC ad, which is user generated content ads, where you would simply go to them with a phone, have a mic in your hand. You don't need to show your face. So example, there's a person sitting over here. I have a phone. I take my phone, example like this. I have a mic like this. I go to them and I simply say, sir, tell me one thing. What do you think about AI funnels? And they would just give their answer impromptu and your video ad is done. You'll go to second person and simply say, ma'am, what do you think? Webinars work or workshops work? They'll give their answer and you're done. And you'll simply ask again and again more and more questions like this. And these UGC POV ads are ads that are having different kinds of people, different avatars of people that you can use in your ads. And obviously you'll take permission from them. And let's say after doing all of that, you are able to create 10 ads. Now this would also be not done by you. This would be done by team. So you're not involved over here as well. So combination of all is that you have 70 different hooks ready with you. Now think about this. If you can multiply these 70 hooks with 100 body into CTA, you already have 7,000 ads. But I'm going to give you a kicker over here. The kicker is this. You will not do this. You will do something even amazing and you will go beyond the limits. You would add two things into this. The number one thing that you will record is something called as pre-hooks. And this is a very dangerous thing that I've seen nobody use but has worked charm for me, right? Number one is pre-hooks. And the number two thing that you will use is called as editor style. And you will multiply that by 3. That means you will have 3 different types of editor working with you, right? So editors have a working style, right? So some editors use a lot of B-rolls, some editors don't use any B-rolls, some editors make it look premium, some editors make it look flashy. You need to find 3 different types of editors who can edit these ads in different ways. The reason you want that is because when a hook is said in a different way, while a hook is said in a different way, the editing style matters a lot because the whole video perception can change just because the editing style was different. So what you can do over here is you'll have 3 different editors that you're working with and all these 70 ads would be edited by editor 1, editor 2 and editor 3. That means this would give result into 210 different variations of hooks. And number last part is pre-hooks. Pre-hooks are nothing but hooks ke pehle ke hooks. That means what do you say just before the hook matters even more because that's the first 3 seconds. Now what I did was I was at different places and I record different pre-hooks. Pre-hooks look something like this, right? It's like one line that you say just to grab people's attention, right? So different pre-hooks I used to have. One of the pre-hooks I used to have was something like this. Hey, stop and watch this. Cut. Hook comes after this, a podcast clip or something. The body CT comes after this. Another one can be, hey, if you're a coach, then you need to watch this. Cut. Again, after this, the hook comes and the body CTA comes. And I used to record around 5 to 10 pre-hooks. By the way, I had 40 pre-hooks, but I'm telling you, just record 5 more pre-hooks. Because what will happen is, you will compound the production process. You will have 70 hooks that we have already recorded, these ones. Now 70 hooks, let's say out of this 14 works. You can apply pre-hooks to those 14 ones because we know they are working. So 14 into 5, now you have 70 more ads produced. Out of that, so these 14 are already working. Out of that, you got, let's say, 16 more working. Now you have 30 ads working in together. Now you took the 16, you give it to 3 different editors, due to which you get 16 into 3. You get 48 new ads. Out of 48, let's say, 10 more work. So now you have 30 plus 10. Your 40 ads are right now working because you shot 70. Now the problem is, a lot of people shoot 70. They don't have these styles, different styles. That's why they themselves put 70 hooks ka time. After that, they get their 14. And they record new 70, then they get new 14, old 14 don't work anymore, and the loop continues. What you are doing is something smarter. You record 70 hooks, you got 14 working, Those 14 multiplied by 5 pre-hooks, you got 70. Out of that 16 working. So 14 and 16 now working. You take the 16, give to new editors, you have 48 more working. And by the time this whole process comes to an end, you got 40 ads, you can record 70 more because you are not involved. So remove only the where are the podcast ads. Fake podcast, just remove this. All of the ads do not require your effort. So you can ask your team to do that. Now this is what we used to do. Every once in a month, we used to have all of these recorded once more. And that's how the production of ads is so high that I can just keep on putting new and new ads into the campaign manager and see what is working. Because you're just one viral video ad away to get the most out of everything. And now this is the number of ads that you can exactly create. I promised you that you would be able to make 1,000 ads. I'm going to teach you how to make 50,000 ads, right? It just takes some more money. You need to spend on editors, but it does not cost a lot because 1 minute video, some editors charge 200 for it also, some editors charge 1,000. You just need to see for yourself. If you can do it on your own, even well. But here's how it happens. You have 70 hooks. You have 100 body plus CTA combinations. You have 5 pre-hooks. And then you have 3 editors. And by the way, if you can do, let's say instead of 10, 20, you'll have 140 ads over here. But I'm saying this is 70, right? Which is very conservative. You can easily get that, right? And if you just multiply these numbers, you'd be shocked because the number of ads that you can in total create by using this whole machine is approximately 10,000 ads. To be exact, 10,500 ads. But you have got yourself 10,000 ads by just doing one single shoot. And I hope this was crazy to you and you were mind blown with this whole picture. What I want you to do is comment down what strategy you're going to use, what parts of this video you're going to use. Number 2, what other problems you have in ads that I can solve through these videos. Share this with a friend who's struggling to create more and more ads. And lastly, click on the subscribe button because more value like this is coming your way and you don't want to miss it out.